Aloha once again, friends and family, and welcome back to the channel. Did you know that there is still people out there blaming other people for what happens to them or for what happens? Which means they don't understand how reality works still. Because every effect in the physical world finds its cause within man. And if we personalize it and simplify it, it means that every single thing that happens in your life and manifests in your life was a result of your thoughts, actions, and beliefs. And if you've been around this channel very long, you know that we have gone over beliefs pretty extensively, and I want to go over it again today because it's seemingly fairly difficult to get a handle on this thing of beliefs. I have come to understand that there are no right or wrong beliefs. You can believe that you can get healed from an African voodoo doctor and get healed. You can also believe that you could go to a Christian faith healer and get healed. You could believe that you could go to the doctor and get healed. You could believe that you can heal yourself and get healed. So, which one of those examples is the true healer? Is it the voodoo doctor? Is it the doctor? Is it the faith healer? It is your belief. So it does not matter where the belief is placed as long as you really believe. Now let's differentiate the difference between what you say you believe with your mouth and what you really believe, which is what is impressed upon your subconscious. Because whatever is impressed upon the subconscious will manifest in your reality. So whatever you truly, really believe will manifest. And it does not matter what it is. Does it mean that it will instantly manifest? It could. But more than likely, if it's something that you're not accustomed to believing, then it's going to take time to impress that on your subconscious mind. But know that the minute that whatever you're believing is impressed upon your subconscious mind is working diligently to bring that belief into manifestation. So can you believe wrong? You really can't. You really can't. Because whatever you believe, now what you believe or what I believe might be wrong for someone else to believe, or what I believe might be wrong for you to believe, because you don't believe it. right? So it's whatever you choose. See, that's where free will comes in. And I've also come to understand that there's really only one bad thing in the world, if we could say that there is one bad thing, and that is the violation of another person's free will. Aside from that, there is no bad thing in the world. Why? Because every man has a free will to believe whatever he wants to believe and manifest through that belief whatever he wants to manifest. Now, if we personalize it, which we should, then we're going to come to understand within our own selves what may be deemed bad or good. But that's personal. That's for my learning. That's for your learning. We don't then project that to others and say, well, if I deem it bad for me, then it's bad for everybody. Right? Because we don't, that's judgment. We're not here to judge others. Let us also speak a little bit about this Jesus idea or person. Whether Jesus is a person or an idea doesn't matter, because it's the principle behind the teaching. Jesus said that I am. I and the Father are one. You should be able to say the exact same thing. You are. You and the Father are one. If the Father is God, and you and God are one, that means you are God manifested. You are God manifested. Now we get back to the belief part. Can you believe that you are God? In the same way, if you're a Christian anyway, the same way you've been made to believe or convinced to believe that Jesus is God. It's a little bit of a slippery slope right here. Jesus is God to himself, the same way that you are God to yourself. But Jesus is not your God, just like I am not your God. And you are not anyone else's God. But you are your own God or your own Savior. No man knows the day or the hour which I cometh. That does not mean when a man, human, named Jesus comes back here. It means no man knows the day or the hour that your consciousness, your Christ consciousness, will arise within you, and you will understand finally who you are. No man knows the day or the hour you're going to do that. Right? No man knows the day or the hour that any other man is going to do that. But the minute that you do that, you are saved. Saved from what? Saved from not understanding how this reality works. Saved from the not knowing who you are. Saved from not understanding that if you and God are one, you have the power of God. Or if we want to do it plural, you have the powers of God. You have the power to call forth anything in this realm and have it be so. Again, if you really believe it. So see, only after you come to the realization of who you are will you have this power to call forth anything and have it manifest, have it become your reality. But man has been taught and deceived in this world to worship the created instead of the creator. Who is the creator? You are. Not saying that you created the earth, you created the stars, you created the moon, all that. Source made all of the stage possible. Source made all of the props on the stage possible. Put them there. And then you entered onto the stage or into this world to experience the limitations of being in physicality until you remembered or understood who you were, at which time you transcend those limitations. So again, you're only limited by what? Your belief that you're limited. You have been taught you're just a human. You don't have much power. You're only going to live for a few years and then die. You have one life. Then it's heaven or hell if you're in the Christian religion after that. And if you're in the Eastern religions, you're closer to the facts of how it works. You know, you're going to reincarnate back into the play, back onto the stage, until your awakening, which is Christ's return, Christ's consciousness return. And you remember that if you and the Father are one, then you are God as a man right here in this awareness. And when this belief and this knowing, really it goes beyond belief. It starts out as belief, but it moves higher into knowing. And then you know I and the Father are one. And if that be true, then all things are possible to them that believe this. And so you have only those limitations which linger in your subconscious mind. So reprogramming, because that's just a program. So reprogramming has to happen. And you do this through prayer, meditation, mantras, repeating that which you would like to believe, that which you are moving toward believing, and you remind your conscious mind of this. And this is the process of reprogramming the subconscious mind until it's printed firmly on the subconscious mind, at which time it begins to bring about the manifestation of whatever that is into your world. Your conscious mind is the male aspect of consciousness. Your subconscious mind is the female aspect of consciousness. Your conscious mind must impregnate the subconscious mind with these ideas, with these desires that they might manifest. Unless your subconscious mind becomes pregnant, you cannot conceive, you cannot bring forth, you cannot manifest. Keep your eyes fixed upon the Lord. What is the Lord? What's the proper interpretation of the Lord? It is your awareness, your consciousness. That's the Lord. And if your eyes stay fixed upon that, you will be thinking correctly. For you, again, there's no wrong way to think. This will work for evil just as well as it works for good. You can believe that the planets, let's say let's go into astrology or astrology. You can believe that the planets and the stars have some kind of power to affect you personally or the world at large, which I consider the mass consciousness. And many people believe that, right? So is it real or not real? Does it work or does it not work? It works on all those who believe it, because your beliefs manifest your reality. So if you believe and give power to the idea that the full moon has the power to cause you to go crazy, or for the mass, people in the mass consciousness to go crazy, and then that manifests and people say, see, it's real, it works. But everything, and I mean everything, only is working through belief. Those are effects. Those are effects. Where do effects come from? They come from cause. What is the cause of all things? It is beliefs or knowing. All things in the physical realm are effects that find their cause in the thinking of humans, of man. And so there is a mass consciousness out there, and that is the consciousness that the deceivers, let us say, the people that are attempting to violate others' free will, they are attempting to influence the mass mind so that they get the masses believing a particular thing. And if the mass consciousness believes it, it comes to pass. Predictive programming. Okay, it works the very same way with you, only you and me, we step back from the mass consciousness. We've stepped away from the matrix consciousness, and we have embraced and embodied the I am that I am. And so now I am not subject, nor are you, to the mass mind or the matrix mind, because we recognize I am. So now you have the power and the authority And once again, once this belief, once this knowing is impressed and imprinted on your subconscious mind, it is bringing it forth no matter what it is. And for us, we're focused on what? Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, faithfulness, self-control, health, and money. I always add that one now. You got to get your relationship and your understanding right with money, or you're never going to have any. You're never going to manifest any. See, if you believe that money is the root of all evil, then you're saying to your subconscious, money is evil, and I don't want nothing to do with evil. So you're saying you don't want nothing to do with money, so you're not going to have any. You're not going to manifest any. And you got to be real careful. I know that's the wrong interpretation of that verse. The correct interpretation is the love of money is the root of all evil. You got to be careful right there too, because why would you not love all things that are good? How do you use money? How do you plan to use money? When your XRP makes you a multimillionaire, how do you plan to use that? Why would you not love what is good? Are your plans good? Are your plans righteous? If they are, then you should love them. So there's nothing wrong with loving money, because it's merely another blessing. Do you not love all of the blessings of God? If the love of money was your only love, or your primary love, you would be off base. Again, in my world, in your world, in the banker's world, their primary love is money. And they have lots of it, and they do unrighteous things with it. Does it still work? Does the faith and the belief still work? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. They're able to do it with this same exact power that I'm talking about. It's all your choice. Are you going to use things for good or for evil? And really, there is no good or evil. That's an illusion. It's good or evil based on what you deem good or evil, because you are the God that decides. There's no external anything judging whether things are good or evil, because all have been given this exact same formula or law or principle, and it works the same for everybody. So you would deem what is good or evil for you. You would never do what the bankers do. You would do what is righteous. So to you, what the bankers do, usury and deception and manipulation, to us, that is evil, or that is bad, or that is wrong. But they're able to do it by the very same principles I'm talking about right now. And you are able to do the very same thing, only you can do it for righteousness and for good. So I hope this helps us clear up this idea of belief, because it is something to grapple with. It really is. But when you move to the knowing, see, once you get through those kind of murky gray waters of belief, Like, what's the right belief? Who's got the right beliefs? Which system or religion or faith has the right belief? There isn't one. There is not one. Because it's all personal. It all comes down to you. You are the Lord. This body is your temple. Your head is your synagogue. You are the high priest in your synagogue. And you decide what is right or wrong, good or bad, good or evil. Not for everybody else, not for anybody else. For you, for you. And see, again, if thine eyes be fixed, you will know. You will know. Because your heart will guide you. Your heart will tell you. So I'm going to leave you with that, my friends and family. Love, unity, and light as always. Until we meet again, my beautiful friends and family.